Hey everybody, happy 14th Valentine's Day. I hope you're doing really well. I wanted to take a minute and just share a few quick thoughts. This is not gonna be like a mushy post, okay? I want to talk about love in its many senses, not simply romantic. We kind of talk about romantic love a lot. It's in movies and songs and stuff, and it's great. Like, romantic love is wonderful, and it brings a lot of good stuff into the world. That being said, I want to talk about other forms of love that I think are equally, maybe even more important, perhaps. When I was a fairly young teacher still, the thought of saying I love you was still kind of not really done. You wouldn't do that at school. That was just not it just wasn't something people said. And I remember once that I was getting ready. It was like I was giving my big opening night speech to the cast, and I was just saying, hey, I love you guys. Go out there and have a great time. And there was one kid, she was smart aleck, kind of smart mouth. She always had to make a little comment, but she's like, ew, gross, creepy, he loves us. And that was just kind of how she rolled. I didn't think too much of it. But that does sort of give you an idea of how maybe people responded to, love back then. It was just kind of a different time. At any rate, I think we're a little better at expressing that now. I routinely say, I love you guys to my students. I don't think anyone would bat an eye. I try to make sure I tell my kids I love them, every time I talk to them. I don't always, but I try. Anyway, there's a wonderful quote by Sir Ian McKellen. I saw this as a clip, and I'll see if I can find it, maybe put a link somewhere. But at any rate, he is, and it's great because he's speaking, so he's got his wonderful voice. This is Gandalf, if you don't know who he is, a famous British actor, wonderful British actor. But he says, he's from the north of England, and he says that when he goes home to visit, he loves it because he says that everyone there calls you love. So like we might say, hello dear, or something like that. Everyone just says love. So he says you get out of the airport and there's these big burly men driving taxis, and they're like, where do you want to go, love? And everyone from these big burly guys to construction workers to restaurant, like servers and restaurants, whatever, they all just call everyone love. Like, that's just the thing to do. So he talks about what a better world this would be if we could all just maybe do that with each other all the time. And I really do love that idea. One of the things I have found is that love is a tremendously powerful force, super important force. And while all of us want to be loved, it's very natural. One of the best ways I've found to being loved is trying to give love. And again, I'm not talking about romantic love. Again, that's wonderful, but there's a lot of other kinds of love. There's friendship. There's kind of a selfless love. There's the love that a parent or a teacher or a coach has for people, their students or children. There's love that, neighbors can have. There's so many different kinds of love. So my suggestion is that on Valentine's Day this year, if you have someone to share it with romantically, great. But if not, then focus on the other ways, other forms of love, and maybe focus less on how you want to be loved, and try maybe being a little more attentive to how you can show love to those around you. I think if you do this, you'll have really good experiences. Not immediately, but over time, if you'll do this, it really does make a difference. Anyway, I'm sending you my love. Love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm sending you my very best wishes for happiness, peace, and joy. Love, your internet grandpa.